Good morning and welcome to our community meditation. And welcome to everybody who's joining us online at whatever time or place you join us for this. So welcome. I'm Kelly Capsar and I am the practitioner for the day. Please take a moment and silence your cell phones. And this meditation is a blend of spoken word and silence accompanied by some beautiful music. It will last approximately 15 minutes. So, welcome. First thing I want you to do is simply take a breath. All the way in and all the way out. There we go. And notice the support of the seat you're sitting on. Notice its support at your back. Notice its support under your hips. And drop your awareness and your attention into your feet. And notice the earth right beneath you. Take a breath. And notice the air that surrounds you. And as you notice the air, and you notice the earth, and you notice your breath, maybe it starts to become a recognition that it truly is all the same thing. And noticing the sameness of the earth, of the air, of the breath that you are breathing. I want you to drop into your spine. You can drop into all of your spine, or just pick one part. What would it be like if you could feel your spine breathing with the movement of the earth, the movement of the air, the movement of the water for those of us in southern Nevada? Today I noticed when I invited breath into my own spine, I was called into the vertebrae right behind my heart, and I was called into that triangle bone, sacrum at the base of my spine, and I could feel the two of them breathing in unison. Where did you first notice breath in your spine? So I'm going to invite you to simply let that breath move into your entire spine, up into your brain, your entire central nervous system, breath by breath, nerve by nerve, vertebrae by vertebrae. If you start to notice that parts of your central nervous system, parts of your spine, are having a harder time breathing, simply acknowledge it and invite the breath to come into that area as gently, as easily, as gracefully as your body can allow it. With the next breath, I invite you to expand your awareness of breath and include your family, your communities, entire world included in the breath. Wonder if you tuned your attention into the earth, can you feel it breathing as well? Feeling yourself breathing, feeling everybody in this room breathing as one, maybe. Feeling the earth and all of her inhabitants breathing as one. With your next breath, I invite you to start coming back into the body you inhabit. Into this room. Into your seat. And as you're ready, I invite you to be present fully here. Coming back, opening your eyes softly. Prepared to move into the rest of the day. Yay, welcome back. So thank you all for joining me. Services will begin in 15 minutes, so please feel free to wander until and come back and join us. Thanks.
real, keeping it real. Keeping it real, keeping it real. Keeping it real with Reverend Laura. Keeping it real, keeping it real. Keeping it real, keeping it real. Keeping it real with Reverend Laura.
This is Center for Spiritual Living, Greater Las Vegas. At CSL Greater Las Vegas, it is our mission to inspire spiritual discovery through community connection, exploration, and celebration. This mission supports the all-inclusive vision of Centers for Spiritual Living worldwide, in which we envision a world that works for everyone and all of creation.
Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Center for Spiritual Living, Greater Las Vegas. How about those of you that are in the kitchen? Come on up here. We've got all of these rows of seats back here, and everybody's in the back. And I know it's cozy and comfy back there, but well, welcome. And I want to send a great welcome to everybody who's joining us online today. If this is your first time of being here with us, we are so thrilled to have you. Our in-person audience, as they're moving to their seats here, if you would, just turn around and wave to the camera and let everybody know that we are so happy to have them. We have a very thriving online presence, and it is really building. We're up to about 3,000 viewers a month, and for over almost 30,000 minutes worth of views. So we're really building up our online presence, and we're so thrilled to have that. Joe and Roxy and Justin do a phenomenal job of getting the message out, and so we're so thrilled. All right, so we're going to go into that our opening song this morning. Energy of God. Energy of God. And following that, we're going to do a little meet and greet. Those of you that may be your first time here, I see some new faces. This is wonderful to have you here with us. When we do our meet and greet, you're welcome to stand up and shake a hand, give a hug. If you don't want to do either one of those, just wave at people or smile or tell them hi. All right, let's turn it over to Justin.
There we go. All right, good morning, everybody. If you choose, stand. If you choose, yes. Come on.
Peace, peace, peace. Yeah. I am
right, greet your neighbor.
Okay, we're going to shift gears now and go into that more contemplative time. I'd like to introduce our practitioners for the day. We have Clay T. White and Shirley Shutt sitting high watch, and Kelly Capsar doing our invocation, meditation, and so forth this morning. For those of you that aren't familiar, practitioners are what some denominations might call a lay minister. They spend 4 years studying, learning, developing, and understanding the principles and the practices that we do here, and they're a great resource here for your community. If you need to talk to somebody, they are here for you and happy to be in service for you. So I'm going to turn it over to Kelly Capsar for our affirmation and invocation.
Good morning. So please join me in saying this. I'll read it out loud and then we'll repeat it together, and then you can post it on, Post-it notes or on your phone and your reminders, and use it all week and see what you notice. So, I elevate my consciousness to welcome the unity of who I am and the choices I make. I elevate my consciousness to welcome the unity of who I am and the choices I make. And now let's turn within as we prepare for this morning's invocation.
Here I am, a vessel to be used. Whatever Spirit needs of me, I will be, I will be. I will be. Here I stand. My heart is here to serve. Wherever love is leading me, I will go, I will go.
And so continuing in this knowingness of love, in this knowingness of being, in this knowingness of unity, I simply breathe in, knowing that that breath is the breath of life, is the breath of divine. It's the breath that informs every single movement, every single idea, every single space of love, of being, of serving. And so as I know this is the truth of myself, so do I know this is the truth of anyone in the sound of my voice. That each and every one of us are that divine space of breath, of inspiration, of life. And that no matter what is happening in the external world, truly divine is right there. Divine is in every cell, every fiber of my very being, of everyone, everything's very being. The breath of divine life is in the trees and the clouds and the water. It informs my breath and my heartbeat, and it informs your breath and your heartbeat as well. For truly we are one and the same. And so I know that this time together is the perfection of divine, and we have all said yes to the divine appointment. That sacred yes that leads us to this moment right here, right now, is the perfection of divine. And so I simply breathe that in, allowing it to permeate through every part of my body, every aspect of my life, knowing that it is the exact same divinity moving through all of our lives, all of our communities. And so resting back into that knowing, into that being, into that container, those hands, I simply take the breath, surrendering into the breath, into the divine, into the oneness that is. And I simply, with so much gratitude, rest in this knowing and let it be. And in this moment, I invite you to say with me, and so it is.
So it is. Here I am, a vessel to be used. Whatever Spirit needs of me, I will be, I will be, I will be. Here I stand. My heart is here to serve. Wherever love is leading me, I will go, I will go, I will go. Wherever love is leading me, I will go, I will go, I will go.
Thank you, Justin. What a beautiful song. That, whenever I hear it, I remember listening to Reverend Michael Gott, who wrote the song, telling us about why he wrote the song, and it was because he was answering the call to ministry. And I always get touched when I hear that, so thank you, Justin, for bringing that song back to us. I love it. So this month, we're starting a new theme. New month, new theme. So our theme for the month of September is unity. Remember, we are working on the theme of building a community for 2023, and our Vision Corps visioned about this and came up with 12 different ideas that are necessary in building a successful community. And so unity is the one that we're going to be working with today. And I am so, so delighted to introduce you to one of our beloved friends of our community. She's spoken with our center a few times here in the past, and I think mostly online. You've done some in-person ones, haven't you? Back when we were in the other building. This beautiful person here in front of us is Reverend Carol Lotz. She is a colleague of mine, she was a classmate of mine, and she is a very dear friend. And so I'm so delighted to have her here today to speak to you on the topic of There Is Only One. Reverend Carol.
Thank you so much. It's my joy to be here with you today and to feel the energy of God, the peace of God, the love of God as this community and all of the joy and excitement that is here now and that is on its way and that is a part of the joy that I get to hear as you are working towards building your community and your new home and all of the excitement that is happening here. So I am so honored and so in the joy of creation and manifestation, which is you here today. Reverend Laura, I don't know if I respect anyone more than her. What a beautiful, spiritual, highly conscious, amazing minister you have. And if one thing that I know that COVID has taught me, it's that this could easily go away. And we are so privileged to have what we have, to know what we know, and to be who we are always becoming to be. So my work Monday through Friday is as a hospital chaplain. And so I love this theme of unity. I love this theme of oneness. And so much of what I'm going to be talking about today is unity with ourselves. That so many times in my work at the hospital, I see a lot of separation from God, but it's the stories that we tell about ourselves. Is it really true? Could pure love be separate from us? God is pure love. And pure love doesn't come down and mess with us in harmful and hurtful ways. Pure love isn't hard on us like we are. Pure love is always looking at us, even when we turn away. So there has to be more. There has to be more. There's an inner being and a human being. I want to talk about the inner being that we all have and that we practice in Science of Mind, knowing the truth about our integrated oneness. That means we are in the world, but not of it. We are in the world, learning lessons, teaching others, becoming more and more of ourselves all the time. But God, as pure love, is pure love. And our highest thoughts about who our Creator is are the closest thoughts to truth. There's a story of a little soul in the sun. And it's a beautiful story. It's a children's book. And I mention this because there's something really profound in this. And it expresses oneness because there's a soul with God that is experiencing itself as the specialness of the light. And so the soul is living in the light with all the other souls, and there's just pure bliss and pure joy until the little soul says to God one day, this is kind of boring. Living in the light is nice and everything, but I want to have experiences. I want to learn something about what it's like to be other than the light. So God says, okay, what would you like to experience? And he said, I want to be the specialness called forgiveness. And God said to him, well, do you realize what you're saying? Because that's nice that you want to experience yourself as something other than the light. The light is the truth, and we are all one in the light. And the little soul was so determined to have another experience that God said, okay, you can have the experience that will teach you forgiveness, but there's one little problem. Another little soul, as bright as you, is going to have to come forward and give you this gift of doing something not so nice so you can experience the specialness of forgiveness. And God said, I don't know if anybody wants to do that. Another little soul steps up, says, I will give you that gift. I will do something to hurt you. I will do something that is so out of alignment with the truth of who I really am to give you this gift of learning. So these two little souls, grateful as can be, imagine coming into life together. And the little soul that was giving the gift of doing something not so nice said, I only have one condition. And the little soul that was so excited said, what is it? And the little soul said, do not forget who I really am. Because we will. And I love that story because it gives meaning and purpose to difficulty. And it gives opportunity to see the gift in even the difficulty. And that is the truth of oneness. And when I think of the soul perspective, I can understand oneness much greater than just the human perspective. And, we are so much more than our physical body. The more part of us is always calling us to more experience, to more growth, to more joy, to more playfulness. We can, I don't know about you, but I sure can be intense, especially working as a chaplain in a hospital. A trauma hospital, so I get to be with lots of different experiences and lots of separation. And so I am so grateful to have the tools that I have and to be immersed in science of mind, because what I know is that when difficulty comes, it is so much easier to go through the difficulty having spiritual principles, having spiritual truth, love, forgiveness, understanding. If anyone here is going through something difficult right now, is it possible to find a gift in it? Is it possible to know that whoever or whatever is happening is a gift? Because the truth is that we all come from the same goodness. We all have that unity with the highest parts of us and the parts that we're working on. There's a quote by William Paul Young that goes like this: the movement towards wholeness is when the way of our being matches the truth of our being. The way of our being. What is that? What is the truth of our being? The way is our choices. The truth is we are pure love too. And that's not what we're taught. That's something we need to learn. And even if we know that intellectually, we can't really remember it all the time. And we get distracted by people, by life, by things that happen. But the truth of our unity is that we have it within ourselves. And so many times when we're pushed outside of ourselves to deal with something, really it's a push to go back into ourselves and integrate our wholeness, integrate our oneness, integrate our love, forgiveness, and understanding inside ourselves. Because you really are the most important person in your life. And we give that away so easily. And what I know from the work that I do is when people go through trauma, or people go through illness, or people go through something that is very separating, that the journey is to come back to your wholeness, to come back to your oneness, and to come back to the truth that God is pure love. So, pure love. There's a quote by a monk. Nope, sorry, wrong quote. This is Rumi. And Rumi says that our task is not to seek love. Our task is merely to seek and find within ourselves the barriers that we have created against it. Ooh, I'll say that again. Our task is not to seek love, but to merely seek and find the barriers within us that we have created against it. What are the barriers? Our thoughts, our beliefs. How many of you have a thought that you might not be enough somewhere? I'll raise my hand first. How many of us have a thought that our story is about the absence of love rather than the presence of love? Where in us are the barriers from love? You know, there's a very popular saying about you can't give love and you can't, I don't know however it goes, you can't love somebody unless you love yourself. I think I have to challenge that. I think there's plenty of people who know how to make people feel loved. But if you don't love yourself, the challenge is in receiving, not giving. And when we can't receive love, if that's the barrier, the body can only hold so much. And then it begins to break down in ways to let us know that it needs love. Our body needs love, our heart needs love, our soul needs love, our stories need love. And instead of the focus being out here so much, we turn it into be in the integrated wisdom of your inner being to help you in your human being. Because we can look all kinds of places for God. We can have all kinds of ways to distract and hide. But the truth is that love is inside. And it's an in-out, not an out-in. It's not when this happens or when you meet the right person or when you make the trillions of dollars. It is right now and in your integrated oneness, because there really is only one. If you are struggling with your human being, call forth by closing your eyes and having a beautiful meditation like Kelly gave, or a beautiful song like Justin gave, and go inside and open your heart to receive love, because it is always here for you. Can you find it? Because it already found you. Can you embrace it? Because it has already embraced you. And I see this so much in my work. It's like the more we love ourselves, and it's counterintuitive, it's not how we were raised, it's not what we were told. We were raised by so many barriers that we have become those barriers. And I'm here today to help you know the truth. And that those barriers are just blocks to self. Because the more you can love yourself, the more God has room within you to love you. And it is so important to become a good receiver. So many are good givers. How many of you give tirelessly until you have nothing left? Do you feel close to God in that space? Not so much. How many people are just empty inside where it matters. And so, how can we integrate our oneness? How can we close the gap, if you will? There's 3 questions that I'd offer today that are transformational. Are you interested in hearing them? Are you with me? Yes, awesome. So the questions are a series of 3. What do I choose to start doing? What do I choose to stop doing? And what do I choose to keep doing? So, in that awareness of what is bothering you, or who is bothering you, or whatever your barrier might be to joy and freedom inside right now, the wisdom inside of you, which is the goodness and the grace and the love of our source, that what do I need to start doing? What do I choose to start doing? We all have an answer, so if you would just go with me and just put your hands on your heart and close your eyes and ask that first question. Because when you ask, you receive. And just ask, what do I choose to start doing? And without thinking, let it download to you. So we're just going to give that a second. And when you have it, just say, I got it out loud. So we know that it's happening in the room, that you are being downloaded to by divine and pure love, which is your inner being. What do I need to start doing? If you got it, say, got it. And lock it in as a takeaway from today. Moving on to question 2. What do I need to stop doing? What do I choose to stop doing? What does my highest inner being want to support me in greater receiving by stopping what? When you got it, say, got it. God is good. And lock it in as a takeaway today. Start, stop, keep. We got the start, we got the stop. What do I need to keep doing? How can I honor myself in continuing what helps me, what guides me, what loves me, whatever that is? What do you need to keep doing? And when you have it, say, got it. And lock it in as a takeaway from today. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and re-enter the room with me. Was that cool? Right? Right. We have all kinds of wisdom downloaded, and that's a way to catch it and move with it in such a way that it's measurable how much better life becomes, because we don't always get what we want. We get what we need. And sometimes, I know this, people need to find love in themselves. And sometimes illness is the teacher. Sometimes time being short becomes a teacher. Sometimes going through something painful and difficult is the gift of someone loving, stepping forward and offering this to you as a way of healing, as a way of learning from the absence what the presence is that you are seeking. So my charge to all of us is to become a greater receiver. That suffering doesn't bring you closer to love. Being empty doesn't bring you closer to God. What does bring you closer to God is the integration. Because all that I am is God, even though God is more than I am. And that is the I am truth for each and every one of you here. And I am so grateful that you come here to be reminded, and that you have this community that is like the love of God that never leaves you, that you can come or not come. But when you come to the integrated truth of love and power through learning and opening to receive, that you will be blessed. Those that you love will be blessed. Those that you haven't met yet, that you soon will be blessed. That this community is blessed with so much love and light and wisdom and grace. So my timer already went off, so I'm already in bonus time. So I'm going to have to pray before I get in trouble. But I offer you the blessing of feeling each and every one of you and your love and your light and your soul. When you can't forgive yourself for something you did, know that your soul is pure love, and it certainly can. So reach higher, reach wider, reach deeper, because love is who you are. Love is your inner being, and you are one with that inner being. And the more love that shines through you to your human being, the more wholeness you will live. Please pray with me. Oh my goodness, my heart is full. And so I just know that God is that fullness. God is that integrated self of oneness, of wholeness, of extracting barriers and tearing them down with love and creating space within me, capacity to be in the joy of life, be in the joy of creating, be in the joy of feeling good, because that's where we find love more. That's where we find love, inside. And so I know for me that I am integrated into this oneness, that I am one with God, and so is each of us here. And it is not what we are praying for, but it is where we are praying from that answers, that gives tirelessly as love can do. And so we drop the story in this prayer. We drop the not enoughs or the people who are a disturbance to us, because they are our teachers and they are gifting us with learning. Can we reach that? Can we be that? Can we live that? Can we forgive? Can we let go? Can we embody the truth of who we really are, which is the same as our inner being? So I know that this day is a blessing for each and everyone here and online. And oh my goodness, what a powerful, beautiful way to be present with the power and love that happens right here in this way, right now. Thank you. Thank you, God, for you. Thank you, God, for everyone. Thank you, God, for Joe and Justin and Kelly and Reverend Laura and all the people who work tirelessly to give this to all of you. What a beautiful gift. And so I am so thankful for love being the only quality that was here before we got here and will be here after we leave here. That love is God, and God is love. For this and so much more, I just give thanks. And I trust magic for each and every one of you here as love, as freedom, as joy. And so I release these words into the power and majesty of the law so it can come back as beautiful blessings, a greater sense of joy, and the wisdom to practice what you choose to start, stop, and keep. Thank you, God. And so I just allow this to be, and together we say, and so it is.
I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. In my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Wonderful. Let's give Reverend Carol a hand, folks. As she was speaking, I remembered something that happened to me my first year here, and it was probably the most transformative question I had ever heard in my life, and it was someone looking at me in total frustration saying, when in the world are you going to learn to receive? You know, we really need to give that gift to ourselves, receive everything, all of the gifts that God has for us, all of the good that is available to us, and really anchor that. So thank you for that reminder, Reverend Carol. So we're going to go into the sharing of our tithes and offerings right now. If you would prepare your offering, if you give electronically, we greatly appreciate that. We receive electronic donations through our website, through our text-to-give number, and through Zelle. And we are grateful to receive your cash and check donations right now. And while we'll do that, we're going to sing one of our favorites, Circulation.
All right, here we go.
Circulation, circulation, like the water raining down to grow the flowers up through the ground. Circulation, circulation, the universe you give into will multiply it and send it back to you. Circulation, circulation, like the water raining down to grow the flowers up through the ground. Circulation, circulation, the universe you give into will multiply it and send it back to you. Circulation, circulation, like the water raining down to grow the flowers up through the ground. Circulation, circulation, the universe you give into will multiply it and send it back to you.
Last stop.
Circulation, circulation, like the water raining down to grow the flowers up through the ground. Circulation, circulation, the universe you give into will multiply it and send it back to you. Circulation.
That's so fun. I love doing that. All right, just a few announcements. First off, I'd like to bring your attention to these beautiful flowers. They are sponsored by Judy Petit in honor of everyone who has donated to the Labyrinth Fund. So, Judy, you want to come up and talk to us about that a little bit? It has been a big week.
It has been a wonderfully big week. I have a check here for $2,770. Woo! And that doesn't even count the money we've collected today. And so I have another check to write, which I think will finish off these water-soaked checks. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, we like the water in any form it comes, even when it's flooding our valley. So you realize that's $2,770 that Judy gave. That means you guys gave that much, and that means our other anonymous donor is giving that much. We, I believe, have met our match here on our chart. I didn't bring my pen with me. And I'm trying to do the math in my head, but that looks pretty close to our goal. So we are so excited about that. I've been in contact with the company that's going to manufacture it with us, and tile setters and things like that. So we are looking forward to having that be a reality. I'm really excited about it. I made a decision this week that everybody who has donated to the Labyrinth gets a free Labyrinth workshop as soon as we open up. So you'll be able to do that and come and join us for a Labyrinth workshop. Learn how to use the spiritual tool, because it's going to be available for you almost all the time. Well, at least certainly during the hours that we're open, the Labyrinth will be available for you to come and walk it as a spiritual practice. So, as members of our community, that is our gift to you, your gift to yourself, actually, because you're the ones that have made this a reality. So we're so excited about that. I'm pretty jazzed about it. I don't know those of you that know, I do a lot of crafts, and I have this machine called a Cricut. I have a friend who calls it my girlfriend. But so this week I made thank you cards with the Labyrinth that we're going to use, and the thank you cards actually become a finger labyrinth that you can use yourself. So you all get a thank you card pretty soon. I got about 24 more to make, but they'll be coming out to you soon. So it's very exciting. It's really got me jazzed, and so I'm really excited about that. And speaking of exciting, those of you that were participants in our First Tuesday Supper Club, it starts again this month. In fact, this Tuesday, we are going to be at Archie's Thai Bistro over here on Rainbow, at 6 o'clock on Tuesday night for dinner. Bring cash. You get to order off the menu whatever you want. You pay for it yourself. And we usually have like 20 to 25 people there. And it's just a lovely time to have a casual way of getting together with each other in community. So think about joining us for that. And we have a new spirit group that's going to start forming. I believe it's going to start online, and then we'll finish in person in our new building as soon as that goes. And that's being offered by Judy Petit, and it's on the book You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay. So, which is a phenomenal book, brought many people into our movement. And, Louise Hay used to be one of our practitioners and a minister. So she's her book is totally in alignment with our philosophy, and so it's going to be a book study along with activities. So it's not just a straight book study there. So look for information for that, and we will have other spirit groups coming up as our time unfolds here in the next year or so. All right, I think we are done. Let's stand for our benediction. If you want to, you can join hands if that's feels all right for you. If it feels like maybe that's not something you want to do, that's okay too. Guys, anything goes here, right? My leadership council's cringing when I say that. All right, if you would, repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening through me right now.
Something wonderful is happening through me right now.
It is this thing called unity. Unity is in my mind. Unity is in my heart. Unity is in all that I do. I am it. I share it. And I'm becoming more of it. Each and every day. Thank you, Unity. I'm going to turn it over to Justin for Use Me.
Use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do.
All right, let's sing it up now.
Use me, oh God, stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do.
Have a great week, everybody. Thanks so much for being here. Please help us reset the tables.